Hey guys, Marvel Fan 45 here, and today we'll be reviewing Mulholland Drive, which I've actually been really excited to review because it's one of my favorite movies. I mean, it's directed by David Lynch. He's one of my favorite directors, and it stars Naomi Watts, Laura Herring, and Justin Theroux, who are all really good actors. And it was released in 2001. But if you have not seen this movie, go see this movie. It's so worth it. I went into this movie completely blind, and I was just shocked. So yeah, if you want to just go watch it, if you're curious about it, just go watch it now. Just go watch it. But if you still want to stick around, I'll just tell you a little bit about the plot and then a couple of the good scenes, then go into spoilers, because you can't really talk about this movie without spoilers. So the plot of this movie is basically Naomi Watts is this girl named Betty, and she goes into work in Hollywood. Basically, she wants to be an actress. And there's another girl named Rita who almost gets assassinated, basically, in a car, and she ends up in Naomi Watts' aunt's apartment where Naomi Watts is going to stay. So her and Naomi Watts run into each other, but then Justin Theroux's this guy directing a movie, and they get involved. Sort of. It's very complicated, but it's got amazing shots, one of the best movie scores. It's haunting. And then the diner scene. If you still aren't interested after this, just watch the diner scene. You'll just look up Mulholland Drive Diner. It'll come up. Just click on it, and if this isn't convincing enough, just watch that scene. But it's a good gateway film into Lynch's movies. David Lynch, he's amazing at directing. I don't think he's directed a bad film. That includes Inland Empire, which we'll also be reviewing, which is even more complicated than this. But yes, it's trippy, it's dreamy, and yeah, it's just great. Now we'll go into spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, just leave. Just exit. If you want to stay for spoilers, I guess you can. But if you haven't, I would just recommend you leave. So, the movie ends with, I think the only way to really discuss the spoilers of this movie is to go into theories about it. So, the main big theory, because Lynch's movies are always confusing and require theories, is at the end of the movie, Naomi Watts turns out to be dreaming and basically be this other girl named Diana who's wanting to date this girl named Camilla, but Camilla is dating this director, so she hires a hitman to kill Camilla, and the dream is just her hoping it doesn't go through and her trying to get that love back, basically, because her and Camilla were dating for a time. But Rita was Camilla, Betty was Diana, and Justin Theroux was Justin Theroux. But that's the basics of the ending. But now I just want to go into even more theories, because some of these theories are insane, but they're also really fun to talk about. So, and I also really like discussing Mulholland Drive with people, because I could talk about this movie for legitimately like an hour, but I'm holding myself back for this review. But if you want to check out a website to look up the theories, look up Mulholland Drive theories. It'll just pop up. There's a website at the top. Click on that. They've got a lot of theories, but also watch Twin Peaks and all of his other movies so you can try and understand it better. But one of the more insane theories is the dream was the movie. So it's the theory that so Camilla's movies, it's Diane or Naomi Watts thinking about all of Camilla's old movies, and then the first part may have been part of a documentary they made together or something. I don't know what I think about that theory. That theory seems a little less likely because of the opening scene with the jitterbug, but that may have been Oh yeah, and then another big theory is that Betty and Rita were both and then the monster in the alley were just two sides of Diane, and then when she kills herself in the end, it was just because she couldn't take herself, yeah, I tried to explain that, didn't work. But now this theory is even more insane than the dream was a movie theory, so get ready. So this theory, whenever I talk about Mulholland Drive, I always start thinking about dreams. But it's all about okay. So it's that Rita and Camilla, getting myself confused here, that Naomi Watts and Laura Herring, they're two characters, so they make a deal with the devil, and they become Betty and Rita, so they get new lives, basically, and it doesn't work out because deals with the devil don't work out. I mean, that theory's interesting, but I think we would have to go more in depth with that theory when we talk about it. But yeah, I saw the theory on the website and I just thought, that's crazy. You guys would probably want to hear that type of thing. But then there's the theory that it was a dream within a dream, and that Diane dreamt her fantasy life, but then she dreamt her suicide so she could wake up. But then that starts, well, no, because then the cowboy would fit in perfectly there, but then the cowboy wouldn't make sense there. If you haven't seen the film, this is making no sense to you, so random thing, just go watch it. But the last theory I have here is the parallel universe theory, which is the theory that the box at the end of this movie takes Betty into a parallel universe, and the grandparents are the constant of the universe. It's an interesting theory. Oh, but then there's that theory will just require an entire video to discuss. But there's a theory on fate and destiny and all that. If you want a Mulholland Drive theory video, just me going over every theory just in there, talk in the comments, I'll do it. I mean, I may just do it for fun. But yeah, this film was my favorite film of all time after I watched it, because, I mean, it's Mulholland Drive. But I think I'll be doing a video of, like, I'll start a series or video maybe, where I'll just do, like, I'll discuss all my previous favorite movies of all time. Because, like, there's some pretty surprising ones in there, like some you wouldn't expect. But I've got another review coming out today that should be an interesting discussion about a giallo film. This channel has been going all over the place, that's why I like it. What's the last film I reviewed? Oh yeah, the last movie I reviewed was Mayhem and Ready or Not, both of those movies. So this just shows how crazy the channel is, because, like, I'll review pretty much anything, and the best part is I can do it whenever I want. So, like, if you guys request reviews, I can probably watch that movie and review it. But, like, the next review coming out today is way different than this movie. And then the review coming out tomorrow is going to be extremely different from both movies. So stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed the review. Have a good day. Stay safe. Stay quarantined. Yeah. Just enjoy your days.